Blessed Monday, my African brothers and sisters. Thank you for watching King Said So. Today, on this Monday, I want to cover some 3 topics for you guys, starting with this tax shop, spaza shop nonsense that is happening in South Africa. I mean, the president had a family meeting with South Africa and gave all tax shop owners 21 days to go and register. Now, many people were happy about this, but I don't think you people realize just how much this is going to impact township economy, especially businesses owned by South Africans. South Africans are going to suffer even more. I told you this is just a plan for white monopoly capitalists to gain more. The capital businesses are not going to be heard here. Nobody's talking about the big manufacturers. Nobody's talking about ShopRite Checkers and Pick and Pay and all of them. You're talking about the small businesses taking the last crumbs that have fallen down into the township economy away from the people who desperately need them. So in dealing with the Pakistani, Somalians and Indians and whatever, you are also indirectly dealing with the South African business owners, and now nobody knows where to register, how much is it to register. No information is clear for the people who are supposed to go and register. Anyways, I want to speak also about a concern that I'm starting to see. I understand that my EFF fighters, according to your constitution, they must defend the EFF by any means. And I agree with that. When the EFF is under attack, the fighters must stand up and defend their party and not allow, propagandas to be pushed in the social media space without them saying anything. But I'm getting worried that sometimes logic is also not applied in this defending of the party, and you see that EFF fighters now they can't even get into logical argument with anyone. Anything you say that they don't agree with, they attack you. I need to talk about that. I mean, some people are even saying, why does Dr Ndlozi not reply to what the newspapers were saying? It's really unfair. And also, our African queen Chidimma Adetshina has won the Miss Universe Africa title. She came up as a runner-up in the Miss Universe competition. I mean, this is a brilliant story, and you guys know I've been supporting Chidimma from day one, so I'm very happy for her. And I think if you are just human in some way or shape or form, you can acknowledge that the story that she had was extraordinary, and for her to come as far as she did, I mean, we have to give her a hand. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, just covering some few topics for you guys that I thought you guys will be interested in. Guys, I've warned you, I don't know how many times, I told you, this issue of dealing with the Somalians, foreign owned tax shops in the township is not going to only hurt the foreigners, but it's going to trickle down to South Africans also. Right now, South African business owners that have been running tax shops, obviously not registered, because we see a tax shop as like an informal type of a small business that is not highly regulated. So as long as your shop is clean, as long as you meet the health criteria, you are free to make business. I mean, everybody is making business somewhere, somehow. They're in the township trying to make ends meet. But right now, the president has said 21 days, everybody must register their tax shops. I mean, 21 days. Whoever is advising our president, Jambulalis, 21 days. All the tax shops in South Africa must register in 21 days. Just imagine the amount of commotion in Gauteng alone. But anyway, let's listen to South African tax shop owners. What are they saying about everything that is unfolding right now?
in terms of what they consume.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. South African, as mothers, as citizens, we are aggrieved. We are not sure if this president is for us or for the foreigners. He continued to say these people must be given 21 days to get permits. But now people selling at schools must stop with immediate effect. In these 21 days, we know that it is an opportunity for those unregistered spaza shops to go and register, to have permits, even if they don't have legal documents to be in our country. So are we really saying we give them the opportunity, the 21 days, to kill more kids, to cause more harm than there is already? Do we really have a president who really observes the law of the country, or what? Is he for us or for them? I think we need to stand and understand. Let our President Ramaphosa indicate who he is for. Is he for us or for them? Then he must choose and tell us as the nation. We are very much aggrieved. We are angry as the nation. We are crying, but it's not crying with us. What?
The Samson, kopon tlhalosetse gore mo shopong ya lona, are you registered or le na le di challenges tsa registration?
Se be re register re tshwanetse itse re tshwanetse ya kae gore khono register. So maybe ge re ka itse gore tshwanetse ya ntlefeng re tlo register. Yes.
So before gona nong Tate Samson, if you had to register ne le ya kae or you didn't know gore le ya kae?
No, se be ke itse gore go iwa ntlefeng ka gore na re no rekisa ka mokgwa go tlwaelegileng ka teng gore ke spaza. So gona bjanong ka gore go bana le mathata then re tshwanetse go register, so re tshwanetse ya ntlefeng. Okay.
So ntante re buile le ba bang ba di spaza shop ba itseng bona they feel gore ba batla more time, if anything maybe 3 months 4 months gore ba kgone lokisa dipampiri tsa bona. Do you think you need more time?
Go fela bjao ka gore re tshwanetse titukisa gore khone go yo te registerela, and then nako yona ra ikopela ebe nako engwe tellenyana so re khone go lokisa.
So Ntate Samson, there's another issue. I mean, ke fetse bua le wena ka tabe ya bana ba 6 ko Naledi ba ile ba tlhokafala ka taba ya gore ba ile ba ja di snacks from a shop ena leng di pesticides. So this thing e ba bitsang khalepirimi or red poison, lona la sebedisa eng for magotlo?
No, mo shopong e gona le katse anke re berekisa bo alepirimi unless re berekise glue ya magotlo, and then re bya ka mo go shirelegileng gore khone go bereka ka magotlo, and then ga re no e bya motshegare ge bana ba ira di up and down. No, re bya bosigo, and then frugo ra entsa.
Guys, people who've been running these tuck shops, they don't know where to go register their small business. They don't know where must they go to be regulated. They don't know. You know, what is going to be next? All car washes must be registered. What is going to be next for us Africans, of course, yeah? What is going to happen? You know, because some people are going to say car wash sell drugs also. They are not only selling, they are not only applying their service of washing their cars. And then someone is going to say, let all car wash be registered. Let all the hair practitioners be registered, the salons, and of course they must be registered. So where does it end? Because you were so happy dealing with other people that you did not know that you'll be indirectly dealing with yourself. And that's what that's one thing that makes me sometimes wonder if South Africans really apply their minds in things they do. And that's why you saw in the communities, especially in Soweto, you saw the community is divided. Some people are saying, leave the tuck shop, let them open. At least they know our needs as African people, because they can give us food on credit, and we can pay at the end of the month when the grants come and all of those things. Some are saying, but our children are dying. This poisonous food that they are eating from these people. And then some people are saying, but they are not manufacturing some of these goods. I know some of them are doing it in a backdoor factory somewhere, but most of them are bought in the cash and carry. These people buy food in the cash and carry, bring it to the cash and carries must also be investigated and all of that. The cash and carries are regulated, obviously. Those are big businesses. But then where is all of this, what do they call it, this pesticide, all of this poison that our children are eating, where are they coming from? For me, I'm very sad to see that our government's first response is, let's register all of them. It's like you're saying, okay, continue doing whatever you're doing, but be registered in your unaliving of our children. It's like they don't care about the children of South Africa. For me, I find it very, 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 very disturbing that the first initial response is not solving the problem, is to say, no, register. Clean up today, man. Clean up. When the health inspectors come, clean up so that your tuck shop can look clean. And after 6 months, who will be checking them? After 1 year, what is going to happen? Must more children continue to eat contaminated goods? I don't know. Okay, let's get into a more serious conversation about the EFF and Dr. Ndlozi. Let me first start by saying, because I don't like pointing out that I voted EFF as if that is justifying what I'm going to say next. But you guys know I'm an EFF guy. That's the party that I voted for. If it is the party I will vote again, that's another question. I was very much disappointed with the EFF after the elections when they came out and accepted the results without a fight like the MK did. Because I strongly felt that the EFF on the ground is a bigger party than the DA. I do not believe that the EFF has got less supporters than the DA. So to see the EFF accept the results, it was, for me, I did not understand that move. And also another thing that I was not happy with the EFF is when they came out, and this is my personal opinion, personal views. You can feel free to differ on the comment section. Is when the EFF came out, they said, we are no longer going to, it's the CIC. He said, we are no longer going to be running up and down when people call us when there is a racism or there is unfair dismissals or anything. As the EFF, we are no longer going to run up and down because the people are using the EFF to fight their own battles. But on the ballot paper, they are not voting for us. Then I said, but it means those things, you are doing them not in principle, but for votes. So because you didn't get the votes, now you are saying we are no longer going to do those things. Even though to their credit, one about busy in the tuck shops and everywhere, you see the EFF is still busy doing those type of things, but not in the type of aggression and radicalism that they used to do in the past. They have dumbed down a little bit as the EFF. So I did not agree with those things. But I wanted to say this. The propagandas that have been pushed here on social media to try and kill the image of the EFF, I don't want, and I will not be part of that nonsense. I've got a special place in my heart for the EFF, and I want the EFF to do well. I want the EFF to do well. In fact, I'm saying as far as we need the EFF to do well as African people. This is the political party of our lifetime. It's not like the ANC, the party of our mothers and grandmothers. The EFF here to Tina, the young generation. So I want the party to do well. But I'm getting worried now in terms of this thing of saying defend the EFF by any cost means necessary. And I'm starting to see fighters losing the plot in fighting opposite views or different views from theirs. There are other views that must not be. Like if King feels like the MK party is doing well and whatever, it's not a matter that the EFF people have to fight. Now King says so's podcast and say the podcast is it's an MK podcast because it has a different view from yours. You understand what I'm saying? It looks like Because I was not aware what was happening with Dr. Sizwe Mpofu Welsh in terms of people saying that podcast is now an MK podcast, and apparently Sizwe Mpofu Welsh said he has been inviting the EFF people and they have not been coming in. EFF fighters are saying, please name them. Why? No, the issue is not naming them. He's saying, I've invited people of the EFF to come. They have not honored the invitation. So why are you fighting Sizwe Mpofu Welsh? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Leave the man alone. Oh, everyone is entitled to have different opinions. That's why we've got people in the Patriotic Alliance. We've got people in the ATM. We've got people. That's the nature of politics. And remember, that was formed in a manner that we as Africans must continue to be divided. We must continue to fight each other. Now, I'm not saying when someone attacks the EFF, you guys must not defend it. Absolutely not. Defend the EFF. But the city press and all those newspapers have come out to say Ndlozi is being banned from the NPA. Now you guys are saying Ndlozi must say something to clarify what the newspapers are saying. No, Ndlozi is not the spokesperson of the EFF. The spokesperson and the president of the EFF can clarify that matter easily with one tweet, with one X, and then the issue is clarified. Why is it that the EFF allows these newspapers to sell? Because people are going to buy those newspapers because South Africans, they're going to buy those newspapers in the hopes to read what is going on in there. And when you read inside, there's actually nothing. There's no credible sources that gave them information. You understand what I'm saying? So Ndlozi says something, then people are going to say Ndlozi is trying to kill the EFF. Ndlozi does not say anything, then Ndlozi is wrong. Come on, guys. Let's be fair. Let's be fair on Dr. Ndlozi. And if indeed, somewhere, sometime in the future, Dr. Ndlozi is going to leave, for me, it's fine that he is keeping quiet. He's not the party. It's not in his place to say something. You've got a spokesperson. Lien, is it Lien? Let her say something. Let her say something. Not Ndlozi. Ndlozi, anything he says now, because we don't know how much those claims are true. Maybe it is true that he is indeed banned from Tenyo. So if it is true, why would you want him to say anything? What is that anything going to help instead of dividing the EFF even further? Anything that he says is people are going to attack him. So the silence is a silence of peace, actually. You understand? So let Ndlozi do whatever he wants. And if you like Ndlozi as a person, like myself, it doesn't matter which political party he is. If Ndlozi now decides to go to the ANC, I still like Mbuyisani Ndlozi, Dr. Mbuyisani Ndlozi, as a person. It's not a political thing. I love that man. I love the way he articulates his ideology of politics. I love him. It's the same with Vuyo Zungula. It doesn't matter which political party he is. And that is the danger of sitting under a political umbrella. You make other people who are outside your political party enemies. And I'm warning you, fighters, I'm saying, let's be careful, Guti. This thing does not divide us, even as African people, even further. The EFF is not doing well right now. The EFF needs to go back to the table, drawing table after this National People's Assembly, and then redraw a strategy on how to counter everything that is happening to them. But we are not going to be scared to point out that the EFF is not doing well because fighters want to, attack us on the conversation. It doesn't work like that. We have done the same with the ANC. We have warned the ANC for countless years that you guys, what you are doing, you're going to kill the party. Look where they are today. They never took the advice. You understand what I'm saying? And the same goes with COPE. The same goes with other political parties. So when it comes to the EFF, we must be fearful in pointing out our opinion. Mind you, our opinion can be right or wrong. Your opinion can also be right or wrong. Come on, guys. Let's not get low to that level. It's crucial to know we as African people, whether you are in the EFF, the MK, the DA, wherever, we suffer the same things. Our children start from zero. Legacies are not left for our children. They don't start with a farm. They don't start with a father with a multi-million shares in big companies. They don't start with a father that has got shares in mines. They don't start with that. All our children suffer because of the skin color that they have. They have to claw themselves up. Especially us who stay in the townships. Us who are from the townships. Our children has to fight for better education, everything. We as African people work so hard to go and buy a car in our 30s. For other races, a car is just a toy and necessity that they need there in the car, in the house. They grow up in the garage that has got multiple cars. So it doesn't matter if the EFF fights the MK or whatever. So let's not allow these propagandas to make us fight each other. And I'm saying to the content creators, all the content creators, especially our African content creators, let's be careful not to put a fire on things that want to kill our black parties, especially the EFF. Remember, the EFF is hated by the enemy. If the EFF is hated by the enemy, then the EFF is doing something right. That one we must never shy away from saying. We must never shy away from saying that. So it is our job, whether you're an EFF, MK, whatever supporter, to protect these parties that they our enemies fear. Tolerate or later. Okay, some of you tolerate later. Anyway, let me just leave that one there because it was something close to my heart that I'm starting to notice in the comment section that EFF fighters are very reckless and of course trying to defend their political party, rightfully so. But I'm saying let's do it in a reasonable manner, fighters. I hope nangizwa, but maningangizwa nizongitshela my comment section so that we can deliberate on it a little bit further if necessary. Chidimma's story for me is a story that I'm very inspired with. People who are not well traveled, who have not stayed with other races. Let me rather say people who are not well traveled. I'm one person. I went to 10 different schools. I was a very, very naughty child. Growing up, I was a very naughty child. Very bright, very sporty child. I mean, many medals, many provincial colors in the sport field and everything, but I was very naughty. So my mother would send me to boarding school after boarding school after boarding school. But looking back now as an adult, that worked for my advantage in developing the character that I have now. But I have noticed also that other South Africans are not very how do I phrase this well? How do I phrase it well so it doesn't come out wrong? Other tribes in South Africa are not openly welcoming to other tribes. Yeah, let me put it like that. So because I'm Tsonga, and many South Africans can't speak Tsonga. Only a few people in Mpumalanga and a few people, Limpopo people speak Tsonga, and of course Gauteng has got all the languages. But if you are out of those provinces, then you realize quickly that you stand out like a sore thumb, especially if you come to provinces like the Northern Cape and Free State as a Pedi Tsonga speaking child. You are noticed easily. Now, Chidimma's issue was the crime, the supposedly crime that the mother committed. But the big issue there was having a Nigerian surname. If Chidimma was Chidimma Sithole, the response was going to be different. So, I mean, all South Africans know that. They can deny that or whatever. So, finally, the Home Affairs concluded their investigated, lied to us and said there was another woman that they stole the identity from. So they are revoking Chidimma's mother's ID and Chidimma's identity. Why are they not arresting Chidimma's mother? Because now it's concluded. If you revoke their citizenship, it means it's conclusive that they have committed a crime. Punish Chidimma's mother. And the cry that I've been making here to all South Africans is that then you can't punish the child for the sin. And the reason I'm saying you guys, you can't punish the child for the sin, because you treat your colonizers the same. Your colonizers stole the land, your colonizers took the farms, your colonizers took the mines, and today you are living with their children, the generations after, and you are saying, no, we can't punish these ones for the sins of their ancestors. But with Chidimma, you want to punish her for the sins her mother supposedly committed. I'm saying that's double standard. If you're going to punish Chidimma specifically for what her mother did, not for what Chidimma did, for what her mother did, then I expect you to go to the white people and say, give back the land because your grandparents stole them. Then for me, I will understand that everything that you are doing is in principle. But the black on black hate that we have, it clouds our judgment. So now Chidimma, actually South Africa being the giant of Africa, helped Chidimma to go where she is right now. The hate, the attention, the retweets, her name trending, everything pushed Chidimma to go where she is now. Remember, the Miss Universe has got 125 countries that participate there. Yes, you heard me right. 125 countries that participate in the Miss Universe. Chidimma was number 2 and number 1 in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm so happy for Chidimma. Her life, her story of 2024 can be a book. She can write a book. I'm sure she will. You know, she needs to capitalize on everything that has happened in her life. I mean, it's a drama. Understand? And we will never sit here and condone people stealing other people's identity. That's why I said, if their mother did something and it is conclusively so, and it looks like it is, then we will need to see her mother in prison. I'm sorry, but we need to see her mother in prison. But remember, it's not only that crime. If Home Affairs really digs and checks the identities of people who have obtained identity, especially after 1994, in all races, you will see that most people that you think that are South African are actually not, or are South African fraudulently. So I want to say a big congratulations to Chidimma, the Queen. I wish her all the best, man. I mean, I don't know what all the best means now, because she literally obtained that all the best. Number 2 in the world. And who won? I don't even know which country won. I was just focused on Chidimma, but also congratulations to the lady who won. All the ladies in the top 5, congratulations to them. They did so well. We are just happy, Tina, as African people, that Chidimma was in the top 5 and obviously got the runner-up. You guys will tell me on the comment section what do you think about what the king has said there. I will continuously thank you, Africans, because the spirit of Pan-Africanism lives in this channel, and we believe in unity of African people, especially us who want to build something for the coming generation. We don't want to be sitting there being the complaining generation. We want to see ourselves building something for the coming generation, and that is the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture, PASETA. Guys, please make sure that you visit www.paseta.co.za. That is our website of the school, and I would like to thank everyone that's contributing literally each and every day. There's contributions coming in, which gives me so much faith that Africans, South Africans, they are so patriotic about their country, which makes me very blessed to be a South African. And on greater news, we have elected or selected the president of PASETA Lesotho. Stay tuned. In the next 2 days, I'll be introducing you guys to PASETA Lesotho president. So PASETA is also in Lesotho. I'm very grateful for the Lesotho team. We've been working on this for I don't know how long now. I think over a month now, working with the team, and finally I've come to a point where we have interviewed the candidates, and now we have found the right person to lead PASETA Lesotho. It's gonna be great news. If you don't have PASETA in your country, send me a WhatsApp, man. Let's talk. We've got PASETA South Africa, PASETA Lesotho, PASETA Botswana. Paseta Namibia, Paseta Angola, and Paseta Uganda. So make sure if your country is not part of those countries, we need to open Paseta in the school and formulate a new curriculum that is Africanized for our children to learn the true history of Africa, the true educational system that is going to empower our children to solve African problems. That's something that we are very much passionate about. And all the people that we are meeting in Paseta, they say, you know what, I wanted to do this. I so wanted to do this thing. We've been talking about this Minana Machita and all of those. And people of Africa, they can see the problem. I'm telling you, if we can infiltrate the educational system, we're going to make a big difference on the coming generation. So come with us, let's build the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture together. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.